Hello, welcome to my channel, and we are continuing with our lecture series on aesthetics and ergonomics. In that we are discussing about field of view. In previous video, we talked about the definition of field of view and the linking of field of view with interior and exterior. Now we need to discuss what characteristics the field of view will be dependent on. There are four parameters on which the field of view will be dependent on. The first parameter is obviously driver. The second parameter is the vehicle. The third parameter is the target. Target as in pedestrians, signal, signs, lane lines, so outside the vehicle. And the fourth one is the environment in which the vehicle is, we are driving that vehicle. Now getting into detail of each point, when we talk about driver, the amount of visual information of the driver will depend on few characteristics of the driver. So very important characteristic is ellipse or the location of eye location in the vehicle. Then the visual capabilities, the contrast thresholds, visual acuity, visual fields of that specific driver or the characteristic. Then visual sampling behavior, the eye movements, how eye movements are happening for that specific driver as the characteristic. The head turning abilities, that is the range of comfortable head turn angles, and head movements, that is leaning forward, sideways, and head turning. All these things are basically the characteristic of the driver, which will depend on the driver's dimensions. Okay, so that is very important. Now, and the processing capabilities of the driver and the driver age. So, as we have studied, the every decade will reduce efficiency of the driver. So, as driver ages, there will be definitely the capabilities, driving capabilities will be affected. So, all these conditions will affect your characteristics of field of view. The second one is about the vehicle characteristic. In vehicle characteristic, it is related to driver's field of view and visibility. The first is window opening dimensions and glazing materials, that is optical and installation characteristics of the glass, the amount of openings which you have. The second one is the other components that can reduce visibility are obstructions, glare on the objects, reflections on the brighter objects, external light sources, high reflection or glossy material on the vehicle surfaces. All those things will definitely affect. And the third one is indirect vision device, that is mirrors, sensor, cameras. Location of these devices or the components will affect your field of view, and wiping and defrosting system uh, will again have a role in understand or obstructing the field of view, and vehicle lighting and marking system, that is headlamp, beam pattern, signal lamps, locations of those for those components in the vehicle. Okay, so first was about the driver, second was about the vehicle, and then coming to the third one, that is about the targets. The size, location, and characteristic of different targets, their backgrounds. Targets will be classified in terms of roadways or traffic control devices, that is road geometry, lane markers, signs, signals, etc. And also other vehicles will be categorized under the targets, that is their visibility due to exterior lamps, reflectors at night, all those things will come under targets. The very important thing is pedestrians, the people crossing roads or crossing, walking on the pathways. All those things will become under the pedestrian or the targets. So their size, location, movements, clothing, all these things, animals and other roadside objects will be categorized under the targets, and that will affect your field of view. The last one is other than your targets is the environment in which you are driving that vehicle, and that environment will basically have a visual conditions due to illumination, that is daylight, night light, weather due to fog, snow, rain, all those changes which are happening in the condition. The other source of illumination and glare, that is other than weather, there is a sun, oncoming headlamps, street lights at the night, all those things will come into picture as the other sources of illumination. The reflections of the interior exterior sources, so there will be lights inside your vehicle and on the exteriors of your vehicle. Those light sources will also come under this environment category, where you can characterize your field of view. Okay, so these are the important points, or the what driver can see while seated in the vehicle will dependent on these four categories, that is a driver from the driver's point of view, from the vehicle point of view, the targets, that is the external parts, not in the vehicle, and the environment, that is road geometry, weather, and day and night conditions. Okay, so that's all about this video. If you like this content, do subscribe my channel and keep following this playlist for more videos on field of view. Thank you for joining.